Hi there Pisces, and welcome to Tony's Tarot and Astrology. So we're going to have a look at this new moon on the 17th of July coming up at 24 degrees Cancer for the star sign of Pisces, and also looking at your astrology. Looking at your astrology and also looking at your tarot. So this new moon is quite a powerful new moon because we have the sun moon here, new moons are all about initiating new energy for the next month, and what it's doing here is it's making an opposition to Pluto and it's squaring these nodes. So what we have is a tight sort of Pluto node that's going on right now to the north and south nodes, and this is a very potent time to do with fated connections and fated circumstances that can mould and change our experience and also be creating our future, because the south node relates to the past and the north node relates to the future. So the south node in your own personal chart is very much describes, your past lives, what your sort of that lifetime experience was. It also describes what you've walked through into this lifetime and what you've been experiencing in your own past for this lifetime. The north node sees sort of part of the soul's purpose and why the soul came here, and the connections that the soul's here to make, and the direction it wants to go on through these connections. So whatever sign it's in and the house it's in will describe how your relationships, how you like to connect, especially with friendships and associations and people around you. So special connections is what the node's all about. It's about associations on all levels, but when Pluto's hitting it, it's sort of more like fated connections that come in for a particular purpose, and it might just be to help us to make a transition into another direction. It may just be to open a door and you never see them again. But some of these people can have a profound effect of change in our lives. So with this, we've had the nodes, the nodes have been in Taurus and Scorpio for the last 18 months, and they're just moving now, especially on the 17th, I think is when they move into the Aries Libra polarity, which is going to be more about our personal relationships. It's going to be more about love and our input and our own energy into relationships and how we adapt to do with partnerships. Where with the Taurus Scorpio axis, it's sort of more been about our assets, our finances, our money situations, and also the things we sort of had to let go of. Now, Pisces, your nodal shift is moved from the the third house into the second house because the nodes move backwards. So what that means is that the connections are going to make quite a change or profound influence in your financial situations and your assets and your connections and also your values, because the second sector is all about your values, and that's another thing that the nodes have been going through. It's been sort of slowly transforming our values. And as it moves into Aries, we get to go, well, what are we going to do with this now? Because Aries is about action. So for Pisces, this north node sitting in the second sector, and so like I said, this can be really effective to moving forward, where you're able to create more for yourself, and you also are going to feel more in alignment with those of the same values as you. So with the north node sitting in your second sector, the south node is sitting in your 8th sector. So, with the south node, we're carrying our past life connections, we're carrying our soulmate connections and so forth. And with it going through Scorpio, they can be transformed during this time. Like I said, this is including up to the next 18 months. But I'm bringing it up because this is being activated by the Sun, Pluto, opposite the nodes. Pluto is, almost like the hand of fate that goes, okay, so this is no longer working, but this situation is. And, this is where you don't want to be, this is where you do want to be. So, this is, like I said, going through a bit of a transformational process for Pisces. So the sun, moon, new moon is in your 5th sector, Pisces, and the 5th sector is all about your creative expression. It's also about your children, your family. Might be a lot of focus on your children, family, and running around after them. But also this is an excellent time for creative expression. It's an excellent time to be out socialising. You're going to feel a lot more sociable. It's a time when you're wanting to either entertain others or get out and experience some entertaining situations. The Jupiter-Uranus that's going on, again, this is going on for a little while, but this is sitting in your third sector, so it's sort of really could be quite exciting news coming up to do with family, friends, siblings, and also soul family. In other words, those soul family in the sense of, because the placement of siblings and how we communicate, that those that know us really well. So in other words, the people you grew up with, and so forth. And of course, with Jupiter and Uranus, there's could be some really exciting news coming in for Pisces with that Jupiter Uranus in the third. Got Mercury and Venus, now this is for the month, and so sitting in the sixth sector of work. And so with Mercury and Venus, this is a time when you're going to be quite focused on what you're doing with your work situation. You've been thinking about that anyway with other combinations that have been going on for a while in the sixth sector. But this is a time where it's like you can start to take action on what you're wanting to do, action on your ideas, and also bringing in more creativity into that as well. Mars is in your seventh sector, so this can be a little bit challenging for relationships, but it also means you can get on and do things together. You could be working with partner with this, or you could be creating a partnership for work during that time as well with Mars there. But it's sort of can be. Mars can be like jumping the gun and fighting, but it can also be like cooperative and taking action, working together, working on projects together. So it's just going to depend, it's also very energetic, very sexual in that way. So it's like we can either fight, or we can have sex, or we can transform a garden outside. It's really up to us what we do with that Mars energy. But if you find that you're feeling a bit irritated, or you're feeling like, feeling that fights are flaring up, it's because you need to share your energy in some way and do something together. Pluto's sitting in your 11th sector here, Pisces. Now that's been going on for a long time, and I'm only mentioning it because it's only going to be there for another 5 months, and then it's going to move into your 12th. But within your 11th, I would say, and this has been going on for years, it's been transforming your friendships, your connections, how you feel socially. When I say transforming, you'll find that if you look over a period of time, it's like you'll find that a lot of things have changed, say from what you were doing, say, maybe like 10 years ago, 8 years ago, and over this period of time up to now it's been changing. So you've got the last little part of Pluto sitting in the 11th, and that is sort of like now you sort of know, I feel, what you wanted to do with friendships, the sort of friendships you want to create, and also, you might find that there's sort of things you wanted to do within groups, teamwork, or within the community itself. So let's have a look at Pisces, what to expect for the next 4 weeks. So this is confirming here, very social time for Pisces, time when you're going to be getting out and about, socialising, connecting up, making more friendships. And like I said, the node's moving into the 2nd, and 8th is sort of a lot more potent than where it's been in the 3rd and 9th. So this is going to be more of a focus on groups and teams of people, especially when it comes to again, like the same values, and wanting to create a common purpose. Oh, excellent. So Pisces, you've got really good news. Always go to the outcome to make sure, because if it's not so great, I need to navigate around it to understand why you need to go through what you're going through. But with this, you've got what I call the victory card, the great success card, the achievement card. Let's hope we've got positive cards around it. Yep, it's absolutely fabulous. Keep working at whatever you're working on, Pisces, because you are going to have great success here. And you've got a good vision, coming into, it's like you're creating something, and you're creating it for your future. You're still in this process of learning, still in this process of formulating and having to put a lot of energy in, but it's, again, I'm getting success and awesome, really, really awesome. Okay, so I'm excited being a Pisces, of course. Anyway, what you've got in the recent past is the Lovers. Now, the Lovers is about being adaptable, understanding the other person's point of view, making decisions together. So you might have a decision that you're either about to make or have just recently made with, say, a partner, or someone who you're involved with. And partner can mean business partner, it can mean partnering up for a project, it can mean partnering up for relationship, it can mean your husband or wife. But what it's saying here is that these cards are about making a decision. But this isn't a decision made just by one person. It's a decision that's needed to be made by two, because it affects both, and both are in alignment. Saying this is all adaptable, agreeable, making the right decisions together. So you're about to do that, or it's just recently happened. There's some really good opportunities here for those Pisces with great vision and creative vision. And when I say creative vision, doesn't mean that you can paint or draw, or maybe you can make music. I mean, music comes into this, but it's vibrational energy. So it's about creating the changes and the things that you're wanting. And it's like you've got all the skills here, you've got everything at your fingertips to put your energy into something here that it feels like it's going to just shift your vibration into a better space, into something that's giving you so much joy and love. Now, what you've got, with this, to show you, because I love these cards, the Star and the World, they're two of my favourites. And the Knight of Rods here is, he's just taking action. The Rod's just saying, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm putting my energy into this, because Rods are about putting your energy in. And with the Star, this is, like I said, it's vibrational energy. It's talks about wishes coming true, and creating a new life and all that. But I see it as music. I see it as crystals. I see it as psychic ability. I see it as the intangible that you can't see, that's vibrational. I see it as the person that can walk into a room and shift the energy, or can just say something to someone and just shift their energy into a higher space. Now, like I said, these are two potent cards here, and I feel like something about taking action and stepping into your true power, of your ability to create, of your ability to shift vibrationally, to raise the vibration, and to make the world simply a better place with this World card. Here, the World card is also saying you're sort of at the end of a cycle. This is where all your skills come together. So say you're a Pisces that wants to make music, because music's a great example with the Star card, saying you absolutely have not only the skill but the popularity, and people will gravitate towards you. So go for that. You might want to travel the world and do something that's really where you're helping others, and you're helping to shift people that are in need, and they're helping to shift their vibration up. Or you might want to do something that's really useful to humanity in another way, where you can help them to raise their vibration. But like I said, you might want to work with plants, because again, plants are nature. They're a perfect example of vibrational energy, which is why when we're feeling a bit low and we go outside, we're actually getting healed by that flower, by those plants. They've got this beautiful vibrations, beautiful sequence. If you could see it as in like a pattern sequence, you would just go and be in awe of its beauty. So energetically, we feel that sequence shifting and raising our vibration. So, like I said, it's a great time for Pisces that have got a lot there to offer and have a lot of skill behind them to really get on with something here. But it isn't a position, Pisces, for you to take. Now, if these were cards that you didn't like the look of, and to be honest, Pisces doesn't have any here, which is sort of surprising, except for the cut. The cut looks like, just show you, just so you know. It really doesn't matter what's in the cut, because the cut's just how you're feeling at the moment, or how you can potentially be feeling. And this is tired, and this is when am I going to get some good news? What's happening here? When am I going to meet that right person, or come into this place of joy, or connect up with the right situations. So that's how you're feeling in the cup, but it's really unrelevant, not relevant. And the spread I'm reading, the card I am reading, is actually this celebration card. So getting back to what I was saying, where you don't have those sort of struggles there, you know, that's what I'm saying. So what I was saying is that if the cards aren't looking positive, say you had those darker cards there, I would be talking about how you push it away, how you change the mindset, how you don't react. In this case, I'm saying go for it. You would be silly not to. There'd be something wrong with you. You obviously have the skill, you have the potential, you have the right vibrational energy, and it's saying here you can get on with it now. So bring it in. It's sitting above you. Bring it in, bring it on. Okay, so sitting here at the base seems to be quite a fated time for Pisces to again be taking the right action and making the money they need to make to succeed in what they're wanting to do. So the base here is all about receiving money. It's sort of fated. It's sort of saying that you're a giver, but now it's time to receive. And this could come in any form. This could be literally saying, say for female Pisces, maybe you have a partner here who's got some good news about money, and sort of saying, okay, let's put some money into this idea that you have here. Otherwise, it's like you've got the support of the male principle around you, and this is going to help you to achieve your goals. And again, this is reinforced here by these three cards, because here we've got the King of Pentacles, and he is again a very helpful, pragmatic and sensible sort of person that he's not necessarily the giver like the King of Rods is, but if he's giving, it's because he fully believes in you and what you're doing. And so they're saying that you're going to have so much more security in the future through what is being presented and offered to you. Down here in the mind, again, you've got two major arcanas, the Justice and the Hierophant. It's a little bit hard to read two major arcanas like that together. But the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is joy. The Ace of Cups is the heartfelt energy where you're getting excited. The Hierophant is saying, you haven't really had things in your control, but this is quite a fated thing. You've got the fated card down here with the Wheel of Fortune. You've got the Hierophant sitting here saying, don't worry, I'm looking after it all. You might not have felt control in your life. And you've got the Justice card again, which is very similar to both of these cards in that way, where it's sort of saying, don't worry, we're sorting things out. Things are going to come into better balance. So what it's saying is that this is a very fated time, obviously, for Pisces to be stepping into new projects, stepping into new things that is right and fair and just. Any Pisces that has had to go through some, say, legal issues, or they've had battle, and I'm not really seeing the battle here, I'm only seeing the victory, but, if they've had to really struggle to achieve what they're wanting to achieve, it's saying you can get on with it now. So it's not just saying, oh, this is good news and here's something, what are you going to do with it? It's saying you have something you want to do, go ahead and do it. And it's very exciting. Now, in some cases, because, like I said, I'm reading collectively here, in some cases this could be someone who's been on their own. They're, like I said, they're looking at those cards all negatively and there's no one out there for me. Then bang, hello, lovers. Oh, really strong chemistry, really strong connection. We get on well. We have the same ideas. We have the same values. This is going to work. And then here, oh, your spirit just brought this love into your life, which is balanced and fair and giving you so much more. And then there's the generosity of this man that wants to make you feel very secure and help you with your dreams and your goals. So, like I said, these are fantastic combinations. And again, here, a man here that could be better than your wildest dreams. Now, I'm saying a man, if I'm reading for a man Pisces, this could be relative to a woman because it's going to work, either way. And it's but the male cards are sort of saying, like, so for example, if I'm reading for a man, you could have a fantastic work opportunity, your dream job come through the male principle. So I'm sort of feeling if this is for men, it's about men being lifted up. But if there's any men out there that are looking for a partner, this is still the perfect time. You've got the High Priestess covering you, saying that you're going to attract like the wise woman that you deserve. But, for Pisces, generally, because this is for you, it's saying that you are so tuned into your intuition. This is a very Piscean card. She's a very psychic energy, this Queen, this High Priestess. This is where men and women alike are using their higher mind. They're using their it's not their instinct as much as their wisdom combined with sort of logic and intuition. And this is the social card, the card of friendships and connections. And so it's saying that you're going to draw in a lot of people similar to yourself. You're going to be working in teams in the future, and you're going to be honouring yourself. And if people around you aren't honouring you, you're not going to be putting up with it. So that's really good to see. Now the other, this goes on and on. The other good thing here, it's in your environment. You've got the Emperor here. Sort of again, he's in charge of the situations. He's like the boss, the leader, and there's a huge amount of money here and an offer. So in other words, he's the boss man. Now, if it was sitting here, it sort of would be saying, look, you're going to be the boss man. But what it's sort of saying is that I think you're going to get on with your own projects and you are going to be in charge of your own thing. But again, you have people in leadership roles around you that again helping you. And, this is a gift of money here. So, your boss could be going, look, I need you to do this and I want to give you this huge bonus. You could meet a new man and he's in a high position of leadership or of, running his own business, and he's, helping you out financially. It's like you have so much assistance coming in. It's like you're not necessarily expecting it, but this is the timing for it. But at the same time, you do have things in mind that you really are wanting to do. So it's a very powerful time for Pisces. And like I said, the outcome is for the end goal, all the niceties and all the wonderful connections and the respect and the fun that you're having and great adaptable situations. At the end of the day, this is about your fated path of your career, your direction that you're meant to be in, what you're meant to be doing for yourself, what you're meant to be creating for yourself. So here you've got the victory card with the Six of Rods. Now, it's a victory card, but he's been at war. It's not necessarily been the most easiest thing, but it's not telling me about any of those struggles. It's just telling me about all the opportunities to move forward now. And this is saying that there's something here that you're in practice in, you're wanting to learn, you might want to go and study. This relates to the study card, but it's a process of learning as you go card, the development of, sort of developing more skill, and just taking your time. This card here, he's, you won't see that probably with my screen, but he's etching a little Saturn in there, sort of like time and patience is what's needed. And of course with studies, that always is the way because it's for the bigger picture. And of course this card here, this is the bigger picture. This is very Sagittarian. It represents the third fire sign, but he's looking out and going, yeah, I'm thinking about the bigger picture here. I'm not worried about all these little details. Leave that to Gemini. So, what I'm saying here is that you've got some good news, but not only that, it's opening you up to, this is who I am, this is what I'm here to do, this is what I want to create, this is what I'm going to be doing for my future. And, all coming through her, all coming through you, listening to your higher self and your intuition and trusting in that. And, any Pisceans that are bringing new people into their life, you can fully trust with those two cards that you have good judgment, good sound judgment of attracting in the right people with the same values. Again, North Node and Taurus. So I hope you enjoyed that, Pisces. I'd say that you should have, because it was absolutely phenomenal spread. And we'll see you next time. Bye.